You are now listening to the Vegan Stuff podcast with Caavakushi.
Hosting this podcast today are our two AI hosts, Sam and Kim. If you simply can't get enough of us, go to caavakushi.com and sign up for our vegan newsletter and get our free 7-day high-protein vegan meal plan. And we also have some good news. We will be releasing our first ever cookbook pretty soon, so stay tuned. Hey, don't forget to follow us on our socials too.
Welcome back to Vegan Stuff with Caavakushi,
the podcast that dives deep into all things vegan.
I'm Sam, your host for this deep dive.
And I'm Kim, ready to unpack some seriously fascinating stuff.
Today we're taking a deep dive.
Oh, sounds intriguing.
Into the life and career of a true vegan icon, Woody Harrelson.
Ah, yes, a legend.
He's been a vocal advocate for plant-based living for decades now.
Decades, wow.
And we're going to explore how his veganism has shaped his path, both personally and professionally.
You know, it's interesting to think about how his journey began way back before Cheers even hit the airwaves.
Before Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
So early days.
Imagine this. Woody's on a bus, pre-fame, just a young guy trying to make it in the world.
Okay.
And a chance encounter with a stranger changes everything.
A total sliding doors moment.
Exactly.
Tell me more.
Well, he had some acne, and this woman on the bus suggests he might be lactose intolerant.
Interesting.
He decides to ditch dairy.
Makes sense.
And boom, his skin clears up.
Wow, just like that.
It seems like such a simple thing.
Yeah.
But it sparked a lifelong interest in food and health for him.
That's wild how one small change can have such a ripple effect.
It's true.
It wasn't just about clear skin for Woody, was it?
No, not at all.
This encounter seemed to trigger a deeper exploration of food ethics and personal health.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating is how this all happened right before his career took off with Cheers.
Oh, wow. So right at a pivotal moment.
It makes you wonder if his newfound focus on health and well-being played a role in his success.
Yeah, like, did veganism give him an edge?
Maybe.
Did it contribute to his energy and vitality?
Could have.
Helping him land that iconic role?
It's a thought-provoking question.
That's a great point. It's like veganism became this secret weapon.
Like a superpower.
Fueling his rise to fame. But his commitment goes way beyond a basic vegan diet, right?
Oh, absolutely.
He's known for being a raw vegan.
Yes, very much so.
Which is a whole other level of dedication.
It certainly is. We're talking about someone who avoids processed foods as much as possible.
Wow. So, like, really committed.
There are even stories about him feeling physically ill from the chemicals in conventional detergents.
No way.
Used to wash hotel sheets.
Oh my gosh.
It makes you think about all the compromises we make in our daily lives that we might not even be aware of.
It's true. We don't always think about those hidden things.
Exactly.
It's a powerful reminder to be mindful.
Absolutely.
Of the choices we make and the impact they can have on our well-being.
Well said.
But let's be real.
Okay.
Maintaining that level of purity, especially in Woody's world of travel and film sets, can't be easy.
No kidding. I mean, think about the challenges he must face.
Like what?
Imagine being a raw vegan actor who's suddenly required to eat Twinkies for a role.
Twinkies?
For a role in Zombieland.
Oh, gosh, that's hilarious.
Talk about a dietary dilemma.
What a predicament. Our sources don't reveal how they navigated that on set.
It's a mystery.
But it definitely leaves us wondering what kind of movie magic they used to pull it off.
Right. It's a true testament to his dedication, even if we're left with this delicious little mystery.
It really is.
But you know, those quirky stories, like the one about his potent vegan farts shutting down production on Cheers.
What? Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Just make him seem more relatable.
Totally. I mean, we've all been there, right?
Huh? Maybe not to that extent.
Maybe not shutting down a whole production with our digestive prowess.
Right.
But we've experienced the ups and downs.
Oh, for sure.
Of adapting to a plant-based lifestyle.
Exactly. And it's refreshing to see that even someone like Woody Harrelson, a vegan icon, has those moments.
It makes him human.
It reminds us that this journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress.
And speaking of progress, let's move beyond those funny anecdotes and dive into Woody's activism.
Let's do it.
Because he doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk.
He does.
Putting his principles into action in some pretty impressive ways. He's worked with PETA to protest Texas ham rodeos, highlighting his commitment to animal welfare.
I did not know that.
He's planted hemp seeds in Kentucky to challenge outdated laws, showcasing his dedication to hemp advocacy.
Wow.
He's even invested in vegan businesses like the Wicked Healthy Food line and Good Catch plant-based seafood, showing that he's putting his money where his mouth is.
That's amazing.
It's inspiring to see him using his platform and resources to support causes he believes in.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't just focus on one issue.
He doesn't.
He takes a holistic approach to sustainability,
Yeah.
encompassing everything from his diet to his lifestyle choices.
Very true.
He lives in a solar-powered community in Maui, minimizing his environmental impact.
I've heard that.
His wife co-founded Yoganics, an organic food delivery service, demonstrating their shared commitment to ethical food systems.
They're a real power couple for the movement.
It's really impressive to see how they align their personal and professional lives with their values.
They really do.
It's like they're living proof that we can make conscious choices that benefit both ourselves and the planet.
It's inspiring.
But it's not all sunshine and roses, is it? I mean, despite his veganism and activism, Woody has also expressed some views that have raised eyebrows.
True. He's a complex individual.
He is.
And while we admire his dedication to veganism and sustainability, it's important to acknowledge that he holds some beliefs that others may find questionable.
Right. We need to look at the whole picture.
It's a good reminder that no one is perfect, and we should always think critically and engage in respectful dialogue, even with those we admire.
I agree.
Well said. It's about recognizing the nuances and complexities of individuals and appreciating the good they do while remaining aware of the areas where we might disagree.
Exactly. And, you know, one of the most interesting things about Woody's journey is his deep commitment to raw veganism.
It's remarkable.
It's not just a dietary choice. It seems to be a core part of his philosophy and lifestyle.
This is where things get really interesting. We're talking about a level of dedication that requires serious discipline and creativity, especially given his lifestyle.
It's got to be tough.
Just imagine the temptations he must face on a daily basis.
Right. And he's been doing this for decades, long before plant-based options were as readily available as they are today.
He's a true pioneer in that sense.
Absolutely. And his experiences raise some fascinating questions about the potential benefits and challenges of raw veganism, both for personal health and for the planet.
It's a whole world to explore.
Definitely. So let's delve into that fascinating world of raw veganism and explore what we can learn from Woody's journey.
Sounds good to me. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, Caavakushi.
Did you know we have a vegan search engine, a vegan forum, a vegan newsletter, and so much more coming soon? So why not check us out at Caavakushi.com.
Stay tuned for more vegan stuff with Caavakushi.
Welcome back to Vegan Stuff with Caavakushi. But for Woody, it seems to be more than just a dietary choice. It's almost a spiritual practice, a way of connecting with nature and honoring his body.
I can see that.
He's talked about how raw veganism has given him more energy and vitality.
Oh, wow.
And how it's even helped him maintain his youthful appearance.
Seriously.
It's interesting to consider the potential health benefits. For sure.
But it's also important to acknowledge that this kind of restrictive diet isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
It requires careful planning and attention to nutritional needs.
Absolutely. It's not something to jump into lightly.
No.
It's crucial to consult with healthcare professionals and do thorough research before making any drastic dietary changes.
And it's important to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to veganism.
Right.
What works for Woody might not work for someone else.
Exactly. It's about finding what feels right for you and your body.
But even if we don't all aspire to be raw vegans, I think there's a lot we can learn from Woody's commitment to whole, unprocessed foods.
It's a good reminder for all of us
to
pay attention to what we're putting into our bodies.
And to prioritize fresh fruits and vegetables.
And whole grains.
And it's about being mindful of the impact our food choices have on the environment.
Definitely.
Woody's been a vocal critic of industrial agriculture.
He has.
And the way it contributes to climate change and deforestation.
Yeah.
He sees plant-based eating as a solution, not just for personal health, but for the health of the planet, too.
And he's putting his money where his mouth is.
He is.
By investing in companies like Wicked Healthy and Good Catch.
Yes.
Which are creating delicious and sustainable plant-based alternatives.
He's even involved in a docuseries called Wicked Healthy World.
Oh, cool. I haven't heard of that.
Which explores innovative food solutions from around the globe.
That sounds really interesting.
It features the Sarno brothers again.
Oh, right.
And showcases things like vertical farming in urban areas.
Interesting.
And regenerative agriculture practices that restore soil health.
It sounds fascinating.
It highlights Woody's dedication to finding real-world solutions to the challenges facing our food system.
It's clear that his passion for a sustainable future extends far beyond his own plate.
He really is committed.
He's actively using his influence to inspire change on a larger scale.
And he's not afraid to take risks or to speak out against injustice. We've already talked about his hemp advocacy and how he was arrested for planting hemp seeds in Kentucky.
It was a huge statement.
That was a bold move.
It was.
And it shows his willingness to challenge the status quo.
Definitely.
And to fight for what he believes in.
And speaking of challenging the status quo,
yeah,
let's move on to another intriguing aspect of Woody's life.
Yay.
His complex relationship with marijuana.
Oh, this is interesting.
This is where we see the nuanced and often contradictory nature of this fascinating individual.
On the one hand, he's been open about his past marijuana use.
He has.
And has advocated for its legalization.
That's right.
But on the other hand, he's also talked about the potential downsides of excessive use.
Okay.
And how it can hinder personal growth.
So there's two sides to the coin.
It's a complex issue.
It is.
And it's refreshing to see someone approach it with such honesty and self-awareness.
It makes you think.
He's not afraid to admit his own struggles.
Right.
And to share his evolving perspective on the subject.
It's a reminder that we're all on a journey.
We are.
And that our views can change over time as we learn and grow.
And speaking of evolving perspectives,
okay,
let's take a closer look at Woody's entrepreneurial ventures in the cannabis industry.
Oh, wow. So he's not just an advocate.
This is where things get really interesting.
Tell me more.
He's gone from being a vocal advocate for legalization to actually opening his own dispensary.
Did you know we have a vegan search engine, a vegan forum, a vegan newsletter, and so much more coming soon? So why not check us out at Caavakushi.com.
Welcome back to Vegan Stuff with Caavakushi.
We're wrapping up our deep dive into the life and veganism of Woody Harrelson.
And exploring his fascinating foray into the world of cannabis.
It's quite a journey from advocating for legalization to actually opening a dispensary.
He opened the Woods, a dispensary in West Hollywood.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that recent.
Just last year.
So he's really putting his beliefs into action.
It seems like he's found a way to merge his passion for cannabis with his entrepreneurial spirit.
And to promote responsible use, right?
He's talked about wanting to create a space where people can learn about the plant and its potential benefits in a safe and informed environment.
It's a far cry from the stereotypical image of a smoky backroom dispensary.
For sure. He's aiming to elevate the experience.
And to destigmatize cannabis use.
It's a reflection of how societal attitudes toward cannabis are shifting.
And how it's becoming increasingly mainstream.
It's interesting to consider how Woody's own journey with cannabis has influenced his approach to this business venture.
You know, he's been open about his past struggles with excessive use.
He has.
And how he ultimately chose to quit smoking years ago.
But he still sees value in it.
He still believes in the plant's potential therapeutic benefits and wants to make those benefits accessible to others.
It's a nuanced perspective
that acknowledges both the risks and the rewards of cannabis use.
And it speaks to his evolving understanding of the plant and its complexities.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the vegan world of Woody Harrelson, what are some key takeaways?
Well, I think his story shows us that veganism isn't just about what's on your plate.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a philosophy that can permeate every aspect of your life.
From your career choices to your activism.
To your personal relationships.
And it's a journey that's constantly evolving.
There's no one right way to be vegan.
It's about finding what works for you.
And using your voice to advocate for a better world.
Woody's life is a testament to the power of individual action.
He's shown us that we can make a difference through our choices, our investments.
And our willingness to speak out for what we believe in.
He's not afraid to challenge the status quo.
To take risks.
And to stand up for his convictions.
And he does it all with a sense of humor and a twinkle in his eye.
He's an inspiration for sure.
So there you have it, folks.
A deep dive into the multifaceted world of Woody Harrelson.
Vegan icon, activist, entrepreneur.
And cannabis connoisseur.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of Vegan Stuff with Caavakushi.
Remember to share your thoughts and favorite Woody Harrelson moments with us on social media.
And until next time,
stay wicked healthy and keep on diving deep.
Did you know we have a vegan search engine, a vegan forum, a vegan newsletter, and so much more coming soon? So why not check us out at Caavakushi.com. Thanks for listening. We hope you liked this episode. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on. Also, we would be so appreciative if you could just share this episode or this podcast with all your friends and family who are vegans or vegan friendly. We're also really excited because we are going to be launching something really cool pretty soon on the site, so keep an eye out for that. And we will see you really soon with a new episode.